wonderful day to you all, folks. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Welcome back to another drinks review. And today for you guys, we're going to be doing the final Razorwire Energy drink formula, and it is the apple flavor. Now, the past two ones that I have done, the ones that we have done, we've done the cherry one, and we've also done the raspberry one. Both of them were somewhat disappointing, but it may have been my fault because I may or may not have put too much water in, but I was pretty harsh on the last video when it came to the flavour. The raspberry one, I believe it was, and I need to not be that critical without doing the final one, which is the apple one. Now, the apple one, I've had sour apple from Sneak before, but this is just normal apple, so I'm expecting my expectations to be somewhat in the middle, really, because the other two have been disappointing. So it's 2-3-0 at the moment in terms of ones that I don't like. This one has to be good, otherwise unfortunately Razorwire just isn't worth it. Now, in the raspberry one that I did before, we put 350 milliliters of water in. So today we're going to put 300 milliliters of water in and see if the flavor can actually come out, because again, the other two flavors just didn't come out even with the correct amount of water in. So might be my error, but we're going to put 300 milliliters of water in our shaker right here from Sneak, because I don't have one from Razorwire and I don't plan on buying one anytime soon, at least not yet. Anyway, give it a couple of months and I might. So apple flavor, okay, let's have a look at the back. It's probably going to contain the exact same ingredients and all that type of crap that the other ones has as well. Okay, so it has the caffeine powder, and it contains all the vitamins you would expect. So vitamin B6, vitamin B12, vitamin B5, vitamin B3, vitamin E, and potassium chloride. It also has that as well. And the also has guarana seed extract, natural flavorings, L-taurine, and green tea extract. It contains basic, you know, useless, somewhat useless information that you're all used to. And the caffeine content, if I can find it, is 150 milligrams per serving. So pretty much they're all the same, aren't they? 150, yep. Cherry one, 150, yep. The raspberry. So pretty much all the flavors that they have, all three of the flavors that they have, contain 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. So that's it's pretty average for a little sachet formula like this. So without wasting any time, let's do this. Let's get into the final Razorwire Energy formula. Okay, so before any of you comment, my hair is a bit of a mess. Yes, I know. I've just washed it and I've been in the shower, so ignore that. I could have waited until it was dried, but I never did. Anyway, we have put exactly 300 milliliters of water in this shaker, and if 300 milliliters of water is not enough to make this a flavor that is strong enough for my taste buds, Razorwire Energy is just simply not worth it. But exactly 300 milliliters of water in this shaker. If this isn't enough, then stay the hell away from Razor, honestly, because we'll let the frost from die down a little bit. I'm noticing there's a bit, but here's the thing, okay, and this is the part where I get a bit critical. Sneak, with their flavors, for example, let's use the sour apple for a flavor, okay. I've got a couple of these, okay. Now, when I put exactly, well, the recommendation is between 300 and 400 milliliters of water. I put 400 milliliters of water in my shaker. That is enough to make this flavor very strong, okay. I can taste the flavor, it's perfectly fine, very strong flavor. It also goes for the same with Purple Storm, okay. Very good flavor. When I put exactly 400 milliliters of water in the container, the flavor is perfectly strong. It's perfectly fine. Very, very good. However, I can't say the same with the other ones. Again, with the cherry one, I put 400 milliliters water in. Was it enough? With the raspberry one, I put 350 milliliters water in. Again, it wasn't enough. And now with the apple one, I put 300 milliliters of water in. If this is not enough to make this flavor, the apple flavor, strong, then I'm sorry, Razorwire is simply not worth it, because it should always have a strong flavor no matter what when you recommend it. So between 250 milliliters of water and 400 milliliters of water, if I have to put 300 milliliters of water, maybe even 250 milliliters of water, just to get the most flavor, which is obviously what's going to happen. The less water you put in, the more stronger it's going to be, but the more water you put in, the less stronger it's going to be. It's going to be more diluted in a way. But that doesn't work for these ones either. Now, they're different, you know. Sneak uses ingredients that Razorwire don't use, and Razorwire uses ingredients that Sneak doesn't use. So, I'm sorry, but if I put exactly 400 milliliters of water, maybe even 350 milliliters of water, I'm expecting full flavor. But it's just not really what's happening with Razor. But apple, maybe it can redeem itself. Maybe it can prove me wrong. But do I have high expectations? Absolutely not. I'm gonna just do that quickly. Do I have high expectations? I don't know, but because it smells a plus. I can smell the apple. Very refreshing. That's something that all these ingredients, energy drink formulas always have, is a refreshing aroma. Smells like sweet apple. Green apple, correct myself there. Which is probably what it is. They never say what apple it is. You know, there's green apple and there's a bunch of other apples out there, but it smells like green apple to me. Anyway. Looks like apple juice. Which is pretty different. The Sneak one didn't look like apple juice. So, at least I can't remember. Did it look like apple juice? I don't know. But this does look like apple juice. That's all I really say. Looks like apple juice. Everybody knows what apple juice looks like. So, it looks like cloudy apple juice. Or is it just me? Anyway, this is apple Razorwire. You've got one final shot, Razorwire. So, let's try it. 300 milliliters of water, this is, okay, in the shaker. If this isn't enough, then I'm sorry, Razorwire, but it's very disappointing, but oh no. Oh. Don't say anything yet. Are you serious? Oh no. Oh no. It's a negative. You know what? Let me just try from this. No. Alright. I suppose it needs to be said. Razorwire Energy. I'm about to say this right now. The three flavors, the only three flavors they have. 300 milliliters of water, mind you. The recommendation, the recommended amount of water you should put in is between 250 and 400 milliliters of water. I've put 300 in and I'm getting nothing. It's just very, very weak flavored water. That's all it is. So I'm very, very sorry, Razorwire, but to anyone that's watching, these right here, I don't. It's alright, let's just talk about it for a moment, okay? Very, very weak in flavor. It just tastes like diluted water. That's all it tastes like. There's a tiny bit of flavor in there, but then it just goes away in your mouth and it just tastes like normal distilled water. That's all it tastes like, and that's a massive, massive disappointment. Raspberry one, disappointment. Cherry one, disappointment. And apple one, disappointment. If there's one thing I am happy is that I was able to try these. And someone might be saying out there, well, haven't you just wasted £7.40 something? No, I haven't, because I've always wanted to try the Razorwire. I just never had the opportunity. because I've always been, like, you can tell from the past couple of weeks I have not been very active on the channel. That's because I've had to deal with college and finishing off college, and I've done college for the year, so I've got until September to do whatever the hell I want. And this is one of the things I want to do, the Razorwire review and the Wraith review, which should be on its way soon. I'm not 100% sure when it's going to arrive, but within the next couple of days, I reckon, then I can get onto the Wraith one and see if Wraith is good or not. But I'm sorry, Razorwire, I doubt any of you people that work at Razorwire are watching, but Apple, not worth it. Cherry, not worth it. Raspberry one, not even worth. Well, compared to all three, the raspberry one had the more texture in flavor, but it was still very weak, okay? And no one, if anyone says to me, you put the wrong amount of water in, between 250 and 400 milliliters of water, okay? The cherry one, I put 400 milliliters of water in, was very weak. Raspberry one, 350 milliliters of water, still very weak. Apple, 300 milliliters of water, and it's still weak. Okay, so you can't put that excuse on me. It's still weak, all of them. Now, I talked to, last night, this has been recorded on a Monday, mind you. Last night, on a Discord, I was talking to, Everyday Food Reviews. They're a review channel just like mine. John and Sean. I was talking to Sean, mainly, I believe it was. And, yeah, we both agreed that these were weak when you put the water in. And if you're watching this Everyday Food Reviews, I doubt you are, but Razorwire, I think they did the which one did they do? I think they reviewed the Apple one. And let me just say, Everyday Food Reviews, if anyone actually that's watching this, the only flavor I would recommend, and even if it is weak, it's still stronger than the other two. Weirdly enough, it's the raspberry one. The raspberry one is the one that I could taste the most. Even with the, what was it, 350 milliliters of water, even with that amount, there was still a tiny bit of flavor in there, but the other one's just none. It just tasted like diluted water. That's all it tasted like. But if you really want to try these, I won't stop you. I'll put a link to the website in the description below, and I'll also put a link to the bundle that you can also get as well. 6 for about £7.40 something. I don't know how much it is exact, but Razorwire, I'm very, very sorry, but I won't be buying any more products from you again until you either have a new flavor or you do something with these current flavors. So I'm sorry, but I won't be buying anything from Razorwire again. Even with like the shaker and that. Well, I want to keep supporting them if they can keep doing these flavors, you know, because raspberry, cherry, and apple, they're the only three flavors that they have at the moment. So if I can somehow keep supporting them, bringing them more flavors out, I'm happy to review their products still, give people's opinion. But at the moment, Razorwire, it's just not worth it. If anyone's watching, I'm very, very sorry, Razorwire. But for the first time, I don't recommend an energy drink formula. Sneak, I do recommend. Razorwire, I'm sorry, but the flavors are practically just too weak, really. Maybe it's because, I don't know if it's me, but this is... I don't fucking know. But yeah, I mean, Razorwire, I do apologise, but it's just not worth it, really. I mean, the raspberry one's the only one I would recommend, and even then, as a cautious recommend, it's still not very in flavour. But I'm not even gonna try putting 200 milliliters of water in for another time, because that's just not really what I want to do, really. I like to have it 300 and 400 in between those numbers, and if I have to put 250 milliliters of water in just to get a review out of it, then just to get the most flavour out of it, I correct myself there, then I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do that. But anyway, This has been Abyss Fusion. Thank you all very much for watching the video. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to hit the like button, possibly share it with a friend, family, or relative, and check the description below for razorwireenergy.co.uk, and my Instagram and my Twitter will also be in the description below. And yeah, the next batch of energy formulas we are going to be doing is Wraith when it arrives. I think the company or the people that work at Wraith and the CEO, the manager, whatever he's called, I think he's been very busy as of late, so I'm gonna wait a couple of days until they arrive, so give me a while and see when they arrive. So anyway, yeah, this has been Abyss Fusion, and I'll see you all in the next review that we do, whenever that is.